Hello, and welcome back to the end of another week. I'm out in the garden, and I've been working on the potatoes over there. Not sure what I'm going to be doing with the rest of the space, but the bed here is looking really awesome. And if I come up here, you can see that somebody has definitely been digging in the path. And I'm guessing that they're probably finding grubs. I also absolutely have something that is living underground and making themselves at home. The farmer was out the other day tilling the adjacent fields. And actually, I just saw his tractor hauling up that way. So they might actually be coming back out again today for something. We've started harvesting the fava beans, which I had never eaten before. And Francis has this I forget what it's called. It's like croque du sel, but basically it's the fava bean, and you dip it in some salt, and then you eat it with a piece of bread and butter. It's really delicious. Originally, I thought you were just supposed to salt them and eat them, which I guess you can do too, but I don't like the way it tastes. It tastes a lot better with the bread and butter. Haven't really done anything with the rest of the bed out there. But I have been filling up my potato sacks. So basically, they were a third full, and I planted the potatoes, and then as the potatoes are growing, I've been filling them in. Blueberries are coming. My little seedlings still have not been eaten, which is great. The strawberries are here, and we have some strawberries. Over there, we have some strawberries. This was originally obviously a fern patch, so I still have a bunch of the ferns that are popping up, so I've been kind of plucking them out as they show themselves, and I need to get into here to get that thing out. But yeah, since I transferred the strawberries kind of late, I'm not really expecting much, but we'll see what happens. Fig is actually looking really nice if I don't shoot into the sun. The fig tree looks awesome this year. So this was a gift for our wedding from his sister and brother-in-law. So we planted it, and yeah, the first year, it was pretty small, but it still gave some figs. And this year it's looking really cool. So it gives yellow figs, which are kind of neat. But maybe we'll actually get a reasonable amount. As you can see, unfortunately, the scaffolding is still up. Only on this side, though. The front of the house has been taken down. And the reason for that is because we've definitely been having more issues with the side of the house. And when they did that side of the house, they didn't have to replace any of these, they're called scale tiles. But they didn't have to replace any of these scales. Unfortunately, and we're not exactly sure what happened on this other side, but they ended up having to replace quite a lot of the scale tiles. So you can kind of see up there, there's a bunch of new tiles, which is a little unfortunate because we kind of wanted to keep this more original. And so we had found a guy who had a cache of tiles, which we've been using to kind of fix things as they fall and break. I mean, we didn't have, we had no idea that they were going to have to replace that many. So yeah. And then the people who did these tiles don't have a lot of experience with these flat tiles. So it's all kind of wonky up there, and the owner of the company that we're using wasn't happy with the work. So he actually has somebody on his team who has a lot more experience, but that person's on a 2-week vacation. So this scaffolding will stay up until that person comes back from vacation, and then that person will be coming out to finish that space or that stuff. Yeah, so let's go around to the other side. Okay, well, inside the house first. I did get the new shelving unit, which fits perfectly in my little greenhouse. And Francis had to cut a bit off the top, but I like it a lot better. The shelves are really sturdy, and since they're solid, I don't have problems with like my pots sitting funky on the shelves. I do still need to figure out a way to get the lights mounted on these in some sort of way that makes it easy to like lift them and, you know, move them up and down. And then I'm probably going to go ahead and use the bottom two shelves for storage. So I'm thinking about like making little curtains or something just to kind of hide that, out of sight, out of mind, the mess. But I have done more tidying. I mean, obviously there's still a lot to tidy up. There's a lot going on in this room. But I do kind of have a desk here. I cleared off my crafting space over there. I am planning on getting a little stool on wheels that I can kind of pivot back and forth, because right now I'm just using one of our dining chairs. Actually, I'm using one of our outdoor chairs. That's definitely not ideal. So, but I can't, it's very tight in there, so I can't probably have like a regular office chair. And I am still debating putting a potting table here, but I'm holding out just because I might actually keep this shelving unit for some extra storage. And right now I've kind of been using this table for potting, and it's working out. So since this room is so full of stuff, I don't necessarily want to quickly add another big piece of furniture. So I'm thinking about it. We'll see what happens. Okay, we're in the closet to say hello to Merlin. This is Merlin. We brought him to the house, and he's settling in very, very quickly. He's giving me little kisses. He likes to sleep on my clothes, in my clothes, for some reason. Originally, he had decided he liked it in this drawer, so I turned it into a bed, and then he discovered that it goes taller. So, yeah. There's Mr. Merlin. We were very concerned because he's usually super, super skittish. But yeah, it only took about half a day. I guess we brought him. Originally, we were going to like put some of his stuff here to help encourage him to come down into the lower part of the house. But that wasn't necessary because he very quickly found the lower part of the house. But yeah, we released him up in Francis's office up there. So all of his cat stuff is up in that space. And he's been coming around and checking things out. Okay, so yeah, on the other side of the house, there is no scaffold. We do have some really pretty flowers growing there. And then I'll have to Google Lens this bush, but it's really beautiful. It has like these pink flowers that I like. So I've slowly been trying to like identify all the plants so that I can better prune them. I did hack off all the dead brown stuff on this thing a couple weeks ago. And so that's coming back. I cleaned up this space just like last year. I hacked this thing back all the way to the ground, but you can see that it's coming back. It doesn't die, and that will get huge. It'll just fill up this entire space by the end of the summer. The lavender I am still trying to salvage. So I did prune just the stuff that's obviously dead. and I haven't done anything else. I'm sort of hoping that this little cluster of lavender will grow in a bit more, and then I can kind of over the years like prune off all this like super woody stuff. But I don't know, and just in case that needs to be replaced, I am actually propagating it. So I have a couple of cuttings that seem to be taking, so that's cool. And then out in the carport, we're actually cleaning up. It's amazing. We made 2 runs to the déchetterie to haul away crap. This is all stuff that we need to take to the local like trash bins. We don't have trash service here. So unlike my area of like the bay where we just threw our trash cans out, here we have to collect everything. And then at the mouth of our street, there's recycle bins and trash dumpsters. So we have to take it there. But yeah, so all the scaffolding is pretty much done. They brought this vent system for the septic up through the roof. So somehow that like basically helps filter the air out. But you can see we have a nice roof, and all the asbestos is gone. So that's amazing. The grapes are coming in nicely. We have to get back out and mow the lawn or weed whack the lawn again. But that's about it for this week. I'll go ahead and leave you with the horses. And maybe if I zoom in, I don't know how far this will let me zoom in. Woohoo! Yeah, so the neighbor horse had a little foal. I don't know if it's a boy or a girl, but it's very cute. And I've been watching them. They were hanging out over here in their stable area for a while. And I think they recently opened it up a bit more so that they can run around. But yeah, that's the new addition over there. It's very cute. Okay, well, I hope y'all had a great week, and I'll see you again next week. Bye.